Greetings everybody and welcome back to another episode in completing every single achievement in Spaceflight Simulator. This is the second episode in the series and sadly Steph updated the game, so now all of this old advancements got updated into new ones. So that means all of my progress is basically gone. So we will be redoing everything and doing more. The support on the first video was very awesome, but anyways, it's time to get into the video. Hold on. Before we start, because, well, I am a YouTuber, I have to do one single thing. No, fuck that. I don't care about that statistic. I only care about how many men watch me. That's right, I want to see men. Increase the men viewers. I want more viewers. Anyways, now we are off to our first launch. So this launch will be just landing about 10 kilometers from the pad. Not anything too difficult. The rocket's really simple, just 4 paths and that's it. We experience a mild crash, but it's fine. Upgrading the last rocket because we will be heading into space and to orbit specifically, and we'll be landing 100 kilometers downrange. Now that we've completed every single achievement for Earth and we've landed back from the successful mission, we will be starting to do more challenging achievements, which is heading over to low lunar orbit. Burning retrograde we will capture into the Lunar's orbit, and we will get the achievement. After completing the mission, we will head back to Earth and do the most ball-clenching part of any mission, that is re-entering. Since re-entering is pretty difficult in Spaceflight Simulator, and I have to return to Earth and recover the vessel to gain all of the achievements. So if I fail re-entering, well, that's the mission basically done, and I cannot revert back to 30 seconds or anything. So these are all the achievements we have. I've gone ahead and assembled this rocket. I call it the big fucker. Yes, it is a really efficient rocket actually, and we will be using this for lunar missions and for the lunar landings. So now this mission is quite simple. We are just heading into high Earth orbit since I realized I didn't have that completed. Separating the launch escape system, I did a little trolling and killed all the astronauts, ramming the capsule into the rocket because the fairing blew off a fuel tank. Yeah. Oops. After that rookie mistake, I built the new rocket and fixed the whole separation issue. And as I was saying, we are heading into high Earth orbit. So after that, we will be constructing a lunar lander and a service module, and we'll head over to the moon, and we will land in three different landmarks to complete the moon tourist achievement. Yes. Me being the absolute genius I am, I separated and activated the third stage engines while the second stage engines were still burning, so the second stage rammed into the third stage, basically dooming my mission. That's fun. Being frustrated, I just gave up and decided to build the lunar lander. The lander isn't anything too fancy, it's just a small lander meant for, well, landing on the lunar surface. We have the dual leg design with the 2 landing legs for each side. I think that this one looks the best in my opinion. Folding up all the legs and putting it in the payload bay. And we will launch it now. Smooth launch as always, because this rocket has so much TVR, it's TWR, it's incredible. Now launching the crew in the service module, which will rendezvous with the lander. And we will transfer the fuel from the lander's second stage over to the service module's second stage. And we can begin burning over to the moon. Now burning retrograde, we will descend into low lunar orbit and we will land on 3 separate landmarks. And that is the mission requirement. Separating the first time in this mission, we will be heading to the Sea of Serenity. And there we go, we have landed.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! We team up!
Now heading over to the second landmark. I didn't even have to rendezvous with the service module for this one since I had enough fuel. And I have to say, this lunar mission is going way smoother than the last one. The capsule tipped over, but I rammed into the fairing and yeah, no. I didn't check my staging. Since last time, I think I've improved it a little bit and the mission is going way smoother. And we're about to do our second landing on the second landmark. After this, we will head up back to the CSM to refuel. Docking with the service module, we will drain the remaining fuel from the second stage into the lander. And we can separate since we don't need that stage anymore. And it's time for the third landmark. We are landing in Taiho Crater and landing is successful. So basically the mission is complete. Now we just have to head back to Earth and return safely. I hope so. There we go, now we can give all the fuel back to the service module and we'll head back. Here we go, separating the capsule and we will be re-entering shortly. And there we go, mission complete. Took me way less attempts than last time. Was way more successful, and that is awesome. Yup. And for some reason, when doing Apollo-style missions, apparently that doesn't count as landing on 3 separate landmarks. But if you rewind the video, I literally did land on 3 separate landmarks, but it doesn't count. And I asked in the Discord, and apparently it's just a bug for some people. Weird. Because of the new addition of the captured asteroid in the new update, we will quickly be doing those missions. We only have 2 objectives: land on the captured asteroid and crash into it. I thought I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, but apparently you have to go above 200 meters per second to get the crashing achievement, so we will just be landing for this one. successfully managed to land on it without any landing legs, just the engine, since you go so slowly. Now I'll build up the probe that will crash into the asteroid. It's time for Mars once again. So, since I'm redoing the Mars missions, I thought about changing up things. I was very confident I could send a space station with 3 landers, yes, 3 different landers, to the Mars, land on every single body, and then return. And I didn't have a return vessel too. Yes, yeah, basically the Mars missions didn't go as planned. They went like completely shit. The station ran out of fuel just getting to Mars. The station was orbiting not parallel to, parallel to the moon, so I had to use even more fuel to even get to those moons with the landers. So basically I got really demotivated because I fucked up the mission so badly, like I didn't know what to do. So I just did what I did in the last episode, but with different crafts. I basically built 2 different spacecraft, one which would propel you to Mars and around it, and then another one which would land on every single body. So I went ahead and did that, but that was a really stupid idea of me to just kind of build a whole space station, since I would need to use so much more fuel and space to even get to Mars with 3 separate landers. I could have done it even with 1, thinking about it. But yeah, that was a very, very silly idea. Now we are launching the first module, which is the crew module, and it has a solar array. This thing is just for the looks, but it does add to the whole aesthetic of the whole spacecraft. Now we will send the propulsion engine which will transfer us to Mars and between the moons and everything. So you can see this mission is pretty similar like last time, but the rockets look maybe a little bit better, and the spacecraft do too, so yeah. Pretty simple rocket, and we are approaching and dock. Don't need the second stage from the propulsion stage, and now we're just waiting for the transfer window. Now we are accelerating towards Mars. Now it's just a case of time warping over to Mars, and we've arrived. That is very awesome. We will begin burning retrograde so we can get into a stable Mars orbit, and then we'll start doing the tomfoolery around the moons, so Phobos, Deimos, and Mars surface. First we're heading to Phobos, another very simple moon to land on, nothing complex at all. Beginning to burn retrograde, and we can deploy our legs for the landing. It was quite annoying landing on these moons since the gravity is so low and he goes so slowly, and plus the physics time warp isn't all that fast. So yeah, that was a bit tad annoying, but we have landed and we can head back now. Alright, saying bye-bye to Phobos once again, and I think for the last time. Now we will be trying to land on Mars. Last time I slept or on my keyboard or something. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. And then I don't know what happened here. Either I slept on my keyboard or something, but I did not realize I was starting to burn up and wasn't. I looked in the map view to find a very flat area that we could land on. This is the flattest I could get, I think. So yeah. Shit's getting heated up. Almost put up all my engines and legs, but deploying the parachute saved the whole crop. Committing a suicide burn right here. We are approaching the surface 70 meters above ground. And there we go. A bit of a hard touchdown, but we landed and didn't blow off any legs or have any casualties like last time. Now we can head back to the space station so we can head on over to Deimos and then back to the motherland. Alright, approaching the station. And to be honest, while playing, I found out a pretty good way to dock up with the spacecraft when you're doing Apollo-style missions. So that's nice. You basically have to wait until it's like nearly above you, depending on the gravity and the radius of the planet you're on. If it's like Mars, you should do it like 5 degrees from your spacecraft or something. Right, I will transmit over some fuel to the lander so we can go ahead and touch down on Deimos. And there we go, firm touchdown on Deimos. Deimos. Now we can head on over back to the transfer stage. And we can begin after this accelerating to Earth. We don't have too much fuel to play around here, but coming from Deimos' orbit, we don't need too much fuel. And getting a pretty good trajectory with 11% fuel left. And leaving Mars the second time now. There we go. Home sweet home. Now we just gotta burn retrograde so we can get into a orbit. I actually did not have enough fuel to make a good round orbit, so I had to burn at my periapsis so I could get into the atmosphere, a trajectory into there. And while I was time warping, I did not expect myself to be going this fast, but when I separated the capsule, I was already beginning to burn up, and I almost killed the whole mission. Like, instantly, I entered the atmosphere, and I'm burning up. Thank God I had RCS so I could stabilize myself and everything, but if I had done it a split second later, I think this mission would have been over. Cooling off in the later parts of the atmosphere, we are heading back. And fun thing about this mission, this whole recording, the raw recording of this is 1 hour and 1 minute. I think that's pretty cool. And there we go, we have touchdown back on Earth. Got all the 3 advancements, as you can see here. And the Grand Tour doesn't count. What the fuck, I landed on everything. It appears the same bug happened there, but now we are heading over to Venus. Yes, the treacherous planet named Venus with the thick-ass atmosphere and everything. I am sending the propulsion stage at the moment, which will propel us to Venus and then back from it. After this, I will launch the crew module. So you can see there's a bunch of heat shields there. The fairing size is limited, so I couldn't cover them up, so yeah. Successfully launching it, we are gonna dock soon. I missed the spacecraft, so I had to like reduce my speed with the RCS thrusters, and since the whole thing is heavy, it was pretty slow, since I still want to transfer the fuel over to the second stage of the propulsion stage. Yeah. Now waiting for the optimal transfer window. And we've arrived to Venus. Welcome everybody, first time in the series we're visiting it. I had to do the circularization burn a couple times to save on fuel, since I really don't want to waste any. Picking out a smooth location like this one. We will be landing there shortly. Oh boy, I hope this goes well. I really do. Godspeed. I hope I land this. Oh no. Oh fuck, that really fucking annoyed me. God damn it. Fuck's sake. Yeah, so yep, this happened. Yeah, Venus fucking sucks, alright? It sucks ass. I hate this place. Fuck Venus. Time to restart again. Alright, so after launching both of the modules again, we will be transferring over to Venus again. Yeah. Keeping it short right now since the video is getting very long. But you get the point on what I did. And we will be starting to land shortly. Burning our engines, and we float away from the control module. Landing in pretty much the same location. You can see where the last mission crash landed. Landing in Lavinia, Planitia. Yes. And as you can see, I installed some kind of grid fins into the design so I could see if the spacecraft is tilting way too much or way too low. So I can tell by the heat that's coming onto the little grid fin, so that's very nice. We are slowing down. Looks like the mission is good. Yes, there we go. Finally, we landed on fucking Venus. This place is horrible, horrendous. I hate it. Oh well, now it's time to get back to our command module. We're going very slowly, and that is for a reason. Accelerating towards orbit, I realized the spacecraft has nowhere near enough fuel to get off the Venus. So I have to land back and think of some sort of rescue mission or something like that. So that is just amazing. It's so annoying. Like, Venus, come on, why do you exist? Oh well. We're landing back. At least the landing was semi-successful. We didn't crash anything or something similar. It was a bit of a hard landing. We almost tipped over, but thank God I spammed so much fucking RCS there. And well, I don't know what to do, so I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched till the end, please sure to subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time.